Alright, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Connor on Shane. Alright, we got the Mog merch. We got the Vipers. They're on for a reason, guys. They're on for a reason. Look at what we got here. MOG. Kicking it up while everything is down, right? This is what they mean by effortless cosmic domination. This is the coin that mogs all other coins. You can tell by price action. You can tell by their white paper. If you guys haven't checked their white paper, I highly advise that you check their white paper. Effortless cosmic domination with Mog, guys. And I don't expect this to stop. But when I say that, I don't expect it to stop. It's going to have moves up and down. It's going to have corrections. Just like I've talked about in previous videos. Initially back here, same thing. We had it up. I was telling you guys, probably not going to be the time to buy. Wait for it to dip. When it dips, telling you guys, look, this is probably a good entry. Obviously NFA, not financial advice. It looks pretty bottomed. It could go lower, but this is it. Another move. It's going to just continue and continue with these moves. And the thing is, though, too, is I see a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of people on social media, they start to panic, lose everything. They start to dump all their bags. If this is a support line, they're like, you know what? If this breaks support, I'm out. I'm selling everything. But dude, with a culture coin like Mog, guys, this is not gonna happen. Or I take it back. If it does happen, I honestly could care less. The people that have been in Mog for a long time have been holding. If you held through any of this for 6 months, like it literally doesn't matter. This coin could go hit the bottom again, then moon, come back down, and it's not gonna matter. Like, that is what conviction is, and every single person who holds Mog, or that has had Mog for a while, we all have that conviction, right? That is literally why I talk about it all the time. Still the top meme coin in the entire crypto space. Like, I will say that until this is sitting at multiple billions, and then other people are gonna be, mad they faded it and missed it. I've been literally contemplating throwing more and more in just on any of these dips, because I've just been holding most of my bag since down here, and I'm just riding it out because I kind of know the exact return I'll be getting on in the long term. I know exactly where my targets are set, and honestly I think multi-billions are programmed for Mog. I really think 1 billion at this point I think is FUD for what the entire market has seen Mog do at this point. To think 1 billion is the top would be a joke, especially with ETH sitting at levels where they are now. I think if ETH goes upwards of 6K, 7K, 8K, imagine ETH doing an 100% move from here. What is everything going to do? And I'm not even just talking about Mog. I'm talking about, Pepe. You got all the other ETH meme coins like Bobo. The Balkan Dwarf. We got Ticker Bitcoin, SPX. All these other culture coins on ETH as well will rip. Even NPC, even though NPC chart looks like a literal Nvidia chart, I think it's got to have a correction, but that chart looks absolutely insane in a good way. Same thing with Turbo. I think it's got to dump a lot. But again, all these coins, guys, have so much potential. Again, when ETH really makes those highs, and I'm betting on it at some point this year, even maybe into next year. But it really is just a patience and waiting game. I do not care what Mog does. Price-wise, before ETH is literally at new highs, sitting at 6K, 7K, 8K. I don't care what it does. It can literally go bounce off zero and then come back up. Like, let it do its thing. That's what conviction is. And even if this breaks trend, sits sideways, I will be bidding here. I will be jumping right back in, adding more to my bag, you know. It's kind of funny because I feel like a lot of people, I've been seeing Mog all the time, you know, just in a sense of, you know, kind of holding up. I call it the Mog effect. You know, a lot of people who've bought Mog at whatever levels, you know, you maybe you buy a few percent of it in your portfolio, but over time as this bull run's progressed, you know, that few 2, 3, 4% that you chucked into Mog is now 20%, 40, 60% of your portfolio, right? Like that exact thing has kind of happened with me as well, and it's not going to stop either from here. So like I said, I call it the Mog effect. I just think it's hilarious. But you know, we'll see what happens with Mog. I think it's going to trend up as long as it keeps the strength with in which, you know, again, prices are always going to fluctuate. The market's going to fluctuate up and down. But I mean, seeing this kind of strength when everything has been down 5-6% today, you know, I'm talking about Bitcoin, ETH. You know, this could just bounce, continue up, really have another major leg to the upside, and then another correction. You know, it could do anything, right? But I think long term, and again, long term, this has a lot of growth, even at current levels. Like I said, the mindshare of this token in equates to their market cap is completely mispriced, even still at 470 million. So outside of that, you know, I want to cover a couple other meme coins as well. You know, because it's obviously a lot of meme coins have been underperforming, a lot of them up and down, right? But I do think political fi meme coins, I think even this ticker Trump is going to be a top player probably over the rest of the cycle, at least until the election. You know, maybe right before the election is going to be a good time to be getting out of anything political fi related. But I like MAGA, Trump. You know, this, again, even though this is a lot larger in market cap than most of the other political tokens, this does have potential, and it's been on a dip for a while. You know, I mean, this easily could do minimum 3 to 5x from here, going towards the election, and especially once everything's leaning towards Trump as becoming president. That's when it's going to be the most hype. That's when everyone is realizing mentally that he's probably going to be president. It's not going to be when the election hits. I mean, it's not going to be when he's actually elected. You know, when we hear all these different states are finally like, you know, let's say they're pushing for Trump. And again, I'm not trying to be political in any sort of way, left or right here. But I think obviously if Trump gets elected, I think it's definitely going to be bullish for the markets. And, you know, it looks like he might be poised to be winning this election, you know. But at least for crypto, for everyone's bags, that's going to be a great thing. You know, that's my belief. So, again, I think this is anything Trump related is going to have a huge run long term until the election comes, you know. So we even got like this ticker MAGA, which is different than the other Trump token. This one's at 100 million in market cap, but same thing. I think this one's gonna have a lot of growth ahead of it. You know, to see even the Trump had at $1 billion. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see that within the next 3 to 5 months, maybe 6 months. Again, probably depending on macro conditions as well and what Bitcoin and ETH are doing. But again, you know, if we do see ETH and Bitcoin especially run up by the time the election is, you know, right around the corner, as in September, October, even maybe very early November, you know, we could definitely see a lot of these meme coins at way higher levels than they are right now. You know, 3 to 5x, 10x from here, you know, on a lot of these, right? And then there's a lot of micro cap Trump memes, which I think anything with the name Trump in it is going to just probably pull 3x's to 10x's, maybe 20 to 30x's if they're micro cap at the time. You know, so I think it's going to be, I think anything political fi related is hyper bullish for the market. You know, I think some of them might even pull better returns than just regular meme coins, you know, because the election is a major catalyst to continuously pump it, you know, longer term until November, right? So that's why I think they're going to be huge as well. But yeah, like I said, ticker Bitcoin too. This one just deserves way higher. Like, come on. I'm actually shocked that ticker Bitcoin is not already at least a few hundred million, if not like 600 to 700 million right now. Shocked that this thing has just been consolidating, chilling, not doing too much for this long, all the way through this bull run so far. It's kind of wild to me, to be honest. But ticker Bitcoin's very, very culture for, you know, ETH meme coins, another OG community as well. So I have a lot of conviction in ticker Bitcoin. I don't own any, but like I said, I have a lot of conviction in it long term. Trying to think what else. You know, because that was kind of the main topics of this video. You know, like I said, I just like talking about meme coins a lot. You know, Mog has been my favorite meme coin, and you know, I'm just trying to show you guys what other potential coins have, you know, a lot of juice to run still. You know, which I mean, at some point the whole market's gonna absolutely rip again, but you know, just right now I know everything is down very heavily, you know, in comparison to how it was a few months ago, right? But you know, it's just good to see Mog's strength just showing itself here. So like I said, you know, that's outside of that. Again, other meme coins are just gonna be trending sideways, probably down, doing whatever they gotta do. Especially a lot of Solana meme coins, even at Whiff. I think Whiff has been moving a little bit, but it has been dropping significantly over the last, what, maybe a couple weeks, week here. What is this? Yeah, I was gonna say it's a different pool. We need the Whiff on Radium. Whiff on Radium, there it is. But yeah, same thing. This is kind of what I was saying earlier, where I know a lot of people, you know, they might question everything. They're like, okay, well, this support broke, so does that mean Whiff is over? Is Whiff going to zero? Like, dude, no. Whiff has the mind share of everybody on Solana in the entire crypto space. This has been one of the strongest meme coins to date through this entire cycle so far. Yeah, it broke through this, you know, this range here, but I personally don't find that bearish. You know, you might call me delusional, but I don't. I think having the mind share, even still at 1.8 billion, it's going to probably bounce at some point and find some sort of bottom. And then once it has another leg up, we easily could see this run definitely all the way back to like $5, maybe 7, 8. I don't think this was the final run for Whiff by any means. I think any meme coin that has moved, this is not the final run for meme coins by any chance. Again, we're still 2 months into this cycle. Any and all gains that came from the previous cycles, it was within 8 months, I'd say 6 to 8 months, upwards of a year and a half after the halving, before we really saw a blow off top in every narrative. You know, so that personally, that is like one of the main reasons why I'm so bullish, even though the macro is a lot different than it was in the previous cycle. You know, without millions, hundreds of thousands to millions of people. It could be way more, just getting stimmies, like, you know, chucking their stimulus checks right into meme coins, or altcoins rather, in the last cycle. You know, definitely a different macro environment, but I still have a lot of faith and conviction just in this crypto market, you know, over the next year. Firmly believe it'll be way higher than it is now. And I think some of the top performers, some of the biggest winners on each chain specifically, you know, will do very well long term. You know, you're probably not going to get 200-300 X's out of them, but you will get a very strong, minimum 3 to 5x's, 10x's, maybe even more than that. Across the board, just with some of the strongest majors, right? Like literally like Whiff and Mog are probably the top two meme coins, I think. If you're ever looking to get exposure to meme coins that have the strongest or some of the strongest, mindshare, and obviously Pepe too. So Pepe, Whiff, and Mog, personally, I think are the top three. Yeah, I didn't even pull up Pepe. That's crazy. I almost missed that. Oh yeah. Pepe on Sol. That's what I wanted. I'm kidding. Do not jump into Pepe on Sol. That is not the right one. But Pepe on ETH, same thing. His chart still looks incredibly bullish. And I don't think that's going to change at all for the rest of the cycle. Pepe just has the mind share, and this is probably going to still do a 3 to 5x at a minimum. Even at 4.5 billion, 4.63 billion. Let's say it's at 5 billion. Still, even for this to hit 0.000005, it's probably going to happen. I'd put it at what? Maybe 12 to 15 billion. I think easily it could hit that. So what I wanted to show real quick before I end this video is where Shiba Inu came from and then went to market cap-wise when it was out. And I want to show you guys the potential of, I really do view Pepe as Dogecoin and Mog as the Shiba Inu of this cycle. I think they are just so tied together in that sense. But let's check the market cap. Let's see if it shows it correctly too. Alright, so no, it doesn't. So I pulled this up on an old Mog video too. Yeah, no. Love you, Mog, but that's not what I was doing. Shib. So which pool is 3? Is it 3 years? I think it's this one. 3 years, 10 months. Yeah, one of these has my Alright, so yeah, this literally has my old drawings still. Okay. I don't think I'll ever delete that. That's like so euphoric to me. So this hold up. It was on price. So yeah, I actually, luckily enough, last cycle I actually did sell the SHIB top, like literally close to the actual top. Which is very, I honestly consider it pretty lucky. I just remember for hours and hours I was sitting looking at this chart. I was like, should I sell? Is it gonna go higher? Is it going to go higher? And I think, because it was what? I think that was during what, October, right? I was literally in a Halloween store when I sold the top. And I looked at it, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm selling this. I sold it. Once it sold it, I'm like, I put my phone away. I was like, fuck. And I was pissed for like 2 days. I'm like, I hope I didn't just miss another 10x. But then I waited like 2 weeks. I didn't even look at it. And I was like, you know what? Maybe that was a good choice. So anyways, random story there. But so I want to show you the market cap of SHIB. So Mog, obviously, I think Mog has a huge run ahead of it. But again, keep in mind, guys, in the last cycle halving was, so I don't know if this is actually when Shiba Inu launched, all the way in July or August of 2020, but the halving was, I think, in May of 2020 or something. So again, if Shiba launched, I mean, this sat for a while, did not do much for months, right? But again, once this really caught the attention, yeah, like look at this chart. It had so many cycles of up and up and up. You had averaged in between, 4 million, 10 million, 40 million. Next huge leg up. This was April 2021, when Bitcoin was just, really ripping into price discovery. This went from 40 million all the way to 2 billion in a matter of probably what, a week, maybe a week too, not even a week. Came back down, settled, had a huge rip. Look at all the way to 20 billion. This was in May of 2021, and that wasn't even the final pump. I think one of those was like a crypto.com exchange listing or something. But yeah, this initial pump, this is when I bought. I saw this like pumping like crazy. I think it was on I don't remember where. But again, same thing. This almost reminds me of Pepe, but just in a way smaller scale here. Just has this huge run. You know, sits for a while, has this massive climb. You know, but again, I think this has this entire move to happen again. Cause yeah, so SHIB at its peak was literally at 40 to 50 billion in market cap. That is gigantic, guys. You know, and I don't even know if that's 100% correct. Because on coin, oh no, it is. That's right. Yeah, so that hit about, let's say 40 billion. And then we had Doge, I think, hit upwards of 80 to 85 billion. But I think this cycle, meme coins are just the front center attention. We could see a lot of meme coins, you know, make huge moves, but specifically some of the major meme coins right now, like literally Pepe and Whiff. I think probably some of the two by mindshare right now. They really could take over, you know, some levels like these. Like I really could see at a current level, well, I really long term could see Whiff potentially taking this over. You know, and again, I'm not trying to tell you guys this is, you know, Whiff has a 10x from here. It's hard to know. When you're dealing with coins, as of right now in the market, they are some of the biggest in market cap already. To try and predict their next move in price discovery, you know, it's very risky to try and predict that. But I mean, under 2 billion, with Whiff at like 1.8 billion, you know, I still think at least a 3 to 5x minimum is, I think, almost guaranteed for the coin. I think once again the market really comes back and hits hard, you know, I think a lot of people think meme coins are just gonna die out, but I completely disagree. I think they're gonna be here the rest of the cycle, no matter what people think or, you know, want. But yeah, anyways, with SHIB, you know, I really could see Mog pulling crazy moves as well. You know, again, I don't want to predict any sort of market cap for Mog, but I mean, I think it's definitely going to have the mind share that any of the top meme coins in the last cycle had. So it really could be, it could pull something like this, you know. I'm not one to deny it or confirm that, but I think for it to hit billions is not even a question. I mean, I just look at it here. Like, look at this pump. This is when Shiba had its first major leg up, right? Where did it sit? It sat at literally in between 500 million to about 1 billion for a few months here, couple months, and then had its huge leg up. But again, keep in mind, this was in the midst of the entire bull run. Right here was literally when Bitcoin was, you know, printing new highs. I think we could see something somewhat similar for not even just Mog, but most meme coins when Bitcoin decides to print as well. If we see Bitcoin hit 80K, 90K, especially over 100K, is going to be a huge trigger for anyone and everyone that's not in crypto. So, and again, I don't know, excuse me. I don't really know if Bitcoin will hit 100K this cycle. You know, I'm betting on another huge leg up at some point. But I feel like everyone just expects 100K, and I don't know. Because I personally do not have major targets above that. I have kind of moonbag targets for when Bitcoin, if it gets to over 100K, you know, when certain targets should be to get out for certain things. But, you know, at the current rate in the market, I don't even know what's going to happen with Bitcoin as far as if it will go to over 100k, 150k, 200k, I don't know. That's why I don't like to be a moon boy, but I'd rather have all these targets completely blown out of the water, than to overshoot my target, have it only hit half of that, and then just be disappointed, right? But I mean, even Shiba Inu potentially could have another run here. But honestly, this is one of the last coins I think I'd recommend anyone to even be looking at. Doge and Shiba, I'd completely avoid. Literally all you need is either Mog or Trump or both or Pepe or Whiff. If you want to hold at least one or two strong major meme coins, I think those are just coins anyone, if you just want exposure to memes and you don't want to have a crazy amount of downside, just long term aim on some sort of dip for any of these, like Whiff is right now, and just be patient. That's all it is. I feel like for majors right now, it's just a holding game. But outside of that, that's what I wanted to talk about. Shout out to Mog, killing it as usual. Hope you guys found some value in this, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.